Hi, I'm Michael Fresquez. I'm your home healthcare nurse, and today we're going to walk through your room and we're going to assess it. We're going to look for some fall and safety hazards, and I'm going to give you some suggestions on how to improve them. So let's go to the room. All right, let's give it a quick look around. So right off the bat, I'm noticing that you only have one lamp on one side of your dresser. So one suggestion could be if we put a lamp on both sides, that way no matter which side of the bed you get off of in the middle of the night or any time of the day, you'll have easy to reach light. That way you're not rolling across the bed. And then another issue is this case right here. So this can be an impediment when you get out of the bed. We don't want anything impeding our halls, along with this piece right here. So this, we can either think about maybe moving it and getting it out of the way, or just completely removing it if we can. Let's check this side. So besides the pillows on the floor, I would keep these during the day on the bed. That way when we're coming up at night, these aren't in the way. But other than that, this section looks nice and clear. And then if we come over here, I notice we have some items on the floor. Shoes. If we can get maybe something like a shoe rack, that way it's more visible. And it's a designated place for our things. That way, we can see it easier. And then if we come through here, notice we have carpet that has a pretty big drop off right here onto the vinyl. One thing we could do is we can either remove this and make the floor even, make it all vinyl or all carpet, or we can, if you really want this here like this, we can have maybe a piece of bright colored tape, something that indicates that you have a drop off right here. And then let's go a little bit farther and let's see what we have around here. So this is can also be a possible fall risk. If you're up in the middle of the night and you're coming through and your lighting's not so good, you could run into this. So maybe think about getting a folding chair, something that can go off to the side, and then you could bring it out during the day when you need it for this area. So same thing right here. I notice kind of a little bit of clutter out here. If we can keep this stuff along with this off to the side, that way it's not impeding our walkway. And then step into the restroom. So in the restroom, this is good. We have a toilet with an assisted device, that way we can push ourselves on and off. That's really good. And then if we step over here, we see in the shower. So this we have to be very careful for. We can have this removed and get a single layer, but I know that's very costly. So another cheaper fix that we can do is we can maybe think about installing a handrail right here. That way we have something to grab onto when we get in, and then also we can hold on to it when we get out. And then notice this floor might be wet. Your feet will still be wet when you get out, so this can also be a slip hazard. So we might want to put a rubber mat, something that's slip proof, so your mat's not slipping around, but it also gives you some extra grip until our feet are fully dried. So those are some options for the restroom here. Now another point I wanted to go over was the lighting in general. So the lighting over here is not too bad. I noticed this light over here does not work, so we might want to get a family member or somebody who could come over and assist with getting that light fixed, because lighting, especially in the middle of the night, is very key to being able to see where you're going. So if we also come back over here, I also noticed these lights. So these lights I was checking and they do not work. So we'd also want to have a family member come over and check these lights, maybe see if the wiring's not working, because I noticed the fan's working. So we can have either an electrician or a family member come out and check that. The reason you want good lighting is, again, when you're getting up anytime in the middle of the night, you don't want to have any dark areas. This is a pretty large room, so it may be well lit over here, and maybe this corner of the room is very well lit, but you want to have good lighting all the way through. So on top of getting these lights fixed, we can also have somewhere around here maybe a night light, motion censored, something that'll turn on or that you can quickly touch as you're coming through. That way we have clear view all the way to the restroom, especially if you have frequent urinations at night. And that looks to be about it. So I think those are some suggestions and just some things I noticed that we can fix and we can go over to improve your safety conditions here.
Thank you.